Welcome Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel, Baba. Sesfikile Amakhosi Network. Sesfikile. Guys, today we're gonna be chatting about the game that is playing tomorrow. SuperSport vs Kaizer Chiefs. Abantu bayotrachiwa. But anyway, before we get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Yes, guys. We haven't been posting much this week because, there hasn't been a lot of news happening around the Chiefs because we don't play every day. And that's one thing I miss about the dominant Chiefs. The dominant Chiefs is that we used to watch our team play every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We watch our team in African Champions League. We watch our team in Kalingla Cup. We watch our team in the league. We even watch our team players in the national team. So I'm hoping Chiefs gets back to that kind of dominance where we can just see our players all the time and Chiefs can play often. Because I don't know about you guys, but personally I'm tired of watching Pirates and Sundowns. I don't even enjoy watching these teams, but I watch them just because I like South African football. But yeah, team. But anyway, let's get into the starting lineup. Starting lineup shouldn't change much, but there's a few things that we need to take into account because we have found out that we are playing Mamelodi Sundowns next week Saturday. So that is a big one, a very, very big one. So some tactical things are going to have to happen. Okay, let's get into it. Left back, Bradley Cross hasn't done anything that has warranted him sitting on the bench and Bongani Stem starting ahead of him. So Bradley Cross will start. The interesting thing I want to say now is, what is Happy Mashiane doing? Happy Mashiane, what is he doing? Because I don't know what position he's playing at Chiefs. What position is Nabi playing with Happy Mashiane? Because let's think about it. The Kufa Cup passed. Cup passed recently, and we watched Bradley Cross start, and then he was replaced by Bongani Sam, a player who just came back from injury. So my question is it now official that Nabi Siguti, this guy can't defend? So Happy Mashiane now has to compete with the wingers. Because, I don't know what's happening with Happy Mashiane. But anyway, Bradley Cross will start. Left centre back, Dudley, standard. Then the next one is Miguel. Now this one is an interesting one. Miguel has 3 yellow cards. And Miguel has 3 yellow cards, and the Sundowns game is coming. But before the Sundowns game comes, Kaizer Chiefs is going to be playing Amakhosi in the coming week. So a lot of people have been suggesting that Miguel must force himself to get a yellow card. So he serves the suspension against in the Amakhosi game, and then he plays the Sundowns game. That is an interesting tactic, and it actually would work well for us, and I don't mind it. But if he doesn't get a yellow card against SuperSport United, then I don't mind him sitting bench against Amakhosi, just to skip Amakhosi, and then he can get a yellow card against Sundowns. So either way it can work. He can either play and not get a yellow card against SuperSport and then get his yellow and then skip the Amakhosi game, which we are thinking is he might skip. We want him to skip either way. I would prefer things to work that way. Then I prefer if he just sits bench and then plays the Sundowns game. If he gets a yellow card there, then it is what it is. But he won't he will still play the Sundowns game. That's what I prefer. But anyway, you guys tell me what you guys think. Do you want him to get a yellow card against SuperSport? Because my thing is that it's dangerous getting a yellow card, Baba. One moment you'll think, it's just one yellow card. Then Bagu pay red. Gone, Baba. But anyway, let's go. The next one, right back, Frosler. Center back, defensive midfielder, sorry. This is where it's most difficult for us right now, because we don't know what Nabi is playing. We know what has looked good. What has looked good for us as fans has been Castillo and Jabulo Blom. But what we have started to realize is that Nabi doesn't really believe the output of Blom, and the output of Blom will help. So I think Blom hasn't gotten his legs. He hasn't gotten his engine going. So Nabi and them are relying on Matt's engine. But Matt's engine is like having an engine that has just fallen into water. And then now the engine is not working. So that's the problem with the Matt one, is that it works, but it's not working. So that's the problem. But anyway, I feel like Nabi will still start with Matt as usual. And we'll still continue with Samkelo's one. Because Samkelo had a good game, a decent game. Based on from the past few seasons we've watched him, it's actually one of his better games. Not a great game, but he did the right things. And Matt dot. Yeah, sometimes I just wish in Guti someone can come and replace Matt. But anyway, then the left wing is going to be Serino, then Mdusha Balala, then Duba, and then Rangachi Vavero. I think these guys are starting to combine very well in their identity and figuring out how they want to play. So that's going to be an interesting one. I want to see what's going to happen there. I don't know what's how Nabi will continue to rest Serino, because without Serino we just don't look as deadly as when we do have Serino. So it will be interesting how Nabi plays around with Serino just to help him rest. Because like I said in another video, I said I feel Serino is a bit overworked as a player, and I worry about him being overworked. And someone was telling me that, how can he be overworked? He came from Sundowns and what. I'm like, guys, never compare how a player is overworked at Sundowns compared to how a player is overworked at Kaizer Chiefs. At Kaizer Chiefs, Serino is forced. What do I mean forced? He is forced to make things happen. He has to be the one who drives the team. At Sundowns, he doesn't. At Sundowns, even if Serino never plays, they were still winning the league. They were still dominating players. That is what's the difference. It was what made life difficult for Kama Billiard, and it's what made life difficult for Keegan Dolly. They always felt like there's too much pressure and there's too much work that is expected of them. And when they don't do something, it seems like the team just doesn't create enough, and it isn't good enough, because there isn't someone on the other side who is taking the workload from Serino, or there aren't other players who are helping him and allowing him to rest here and there. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I've been hearing talks of people saying Serino must be nationalized, or they must become a Bafana player. And personally, I want to address this with my opinion, and I'm going to say this. You know what? First and foremost, I'm a South African, and I like my country. But I don't like my country enough to give them Serino. So I am saying this, and I know it's controversial, because I am regretting saying it, but Serino is old, and Serino may have injury problems. I don't want him to get injury problems at Bafana because he's going overworked, playing with Gandas there in Africa. I would prefer him to rest as much as possible while there's international breaks and stay at Chiefs because he's old age. He's not young anymore. If Serino was like 27 or 26, then sharp. But now he's old. I feel like now they should just go and get Tashrik Matthews from Sundowns and make him the Themba Zwane replacement. I think that is the best player to actually replace him, even though Serino would technically be a better replacement for Themba Zwane. But at the same time, I'm stingy as a Chiefs fan with my player. I don't want him to go because I'm scared that he's going to get injured. And we are not like Sundowns where Themba Zwane can get injured, but they can still go beat another team 5-0 as if Themba Zwane wasn't an important player. We don't have those luxuries. We need our Serino. But anyway, that's all I have for today. Tell me if you like the starting lineup. Tell me what you think the game is going to look like. For me, this game is a bit worrying because SuperSport has lost, I believe, 3 games in a row. They lost, I forgot the previous team they lost to in the league. I think it might have been Cape Town City, if I'm not mistaken. But then they went and they lost against Kaizer Chiefs. Then Pirates beat them. And now, in this game that is coming, Chiefs wants to beat them again, and it's going to be difficult because they don't want to lose against Chiefs twice. In 7 days, they basically lose twice. Kevin Hunt is going to pull out all the stops. Before this game, I was saying that I think Kevin Hunt is going to play to at least get a draw. He will want a draw by hook or crook, but he will want a draw. So it will be interesting to see how Nabi unlocks SuperSport, because I think they're gonna continue with the throw-in and set piece thing, like that game they like. But I think Nabi has already seen enough of how that game looks, so he will plan well for it. But hey, it's nice seeing our technical team who go out in stadiums and proper look at teams. Our technical team gets me excited. Whenever I see them watching Sundowns, I'm like, Sundowns, don't lose. Amakhosi for life.